Welcome to Big Rooster's 420 channel on products, paraphernalia, smoking products, and growing laws, getting your medical marijuana card, and all things 420. In later episodes, we'll build a greenhouse, plant from seed, and monitor the growing from seed to weed, which is the goal, right? If you like this channel, subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Nothing to download. Subscription is free. Disclosure, I have a medical marijuana card and PPL in my state. Smoking, growing, and possession is legal for me as long as buy it at a dispensary, have it in its original bottle, have a receipt, and don't use when driving, and keep in a locked case when not in use. I like to lock it in a case because if somebody breaks in, they probably won't get my weed. That means I won't have to go to prison for murder for somebody stealing my weed. So let's get into today's episode. Today's episode is going to deal with getting your PPL card and your medical marijuana card. I just did this today. When you go down there, you get all your envelope. They give it to you with an address, where to mail it to, and everything, a self-address and everything. All you got to do is put the proper paperwork in there, and you mail it off to the health department. You have to get a patient enrollment form. Then you have to have your diagnosis and all that on this form. Then you got to have your ID and your other medical marijuana card if it's a renewal. And then for your PPL license, they have about a 4-page application that asks your name and phone number and address, where you're growing at, and then they ask you for a plan on how you plan on keeping it safe from other people, out of the view of the public. Keep it from getting, stolen. Then you gotta have proof that you own the property. And then when you get all that done and your doctor signed you away today, renewals are usually about $40. If it's a first time deal and you're just now applying for your marijuana card, you can expect to pay, I think, it's been about 4 or 5 years since I paid the initial price. But I think most cards start at about $80 or $100 for the basic evaluation. PTSD, I think, is $140 to $180 depending on where you go. You just call up. I know in the state of New Mexico, if you call up 420 Connect, they will for sure set you up with a doctor. I know on Wednesdays they're in downtown Albuquerque on Manal. You just have to schedule an appointment, and they'll get you right in. ASAP. With the pandemic going on, they space out the appointments, but there's enough times, days, places to get it done. You just have to print your paperwork, fill everything out, except for the first page where you do your personal information for your medical marijuana card. You used to have to fill it out. Well, today I learned that you don't have to. You just go down there with your card and they'll fill everything out. I mean, I filled out paperwork I didn't have to now. But they also give you a 3-year card now instead of a one-year card. So, process is still the same. It's just that they don't mail your card every year anymore. They only mail you a new PPL card every year, not a new marijuana card. It's every 3 years you get a new one now. The qualifications all the same every year. Just pay your fee, go down there, send your paperwork into the Santa Fe Health Department up there in New Mexico, and I'm sure if you go online, that's where I get my application stuff from. I got a template saved now, but you just go online to the medical cannabis program for the state of New Mexico if you live here, and you print out your application. You find you a doctor. Most doctors at a regular facility, like your primary doctors, they will not fill out your medical marijuana paperwork. Mine did the first year, 4.5, 5 years ago. And ever since then, I've had to do it. I've had to go to a different doctor and pay the $40 to get it renewed. As far as that goes. So most doctors, they don't really want to do that because they want to push them opioids and prescriptions and everything else. I happen to have a cool doctor. He, my primary physician, he understands the need for medical marijuana for people. He can't fill out the form, but he understands the need. I cut out 4 of my medications by going on to medical marijuana. That's a big difference to me and my liver. Medications will ruin your liver eventually. So the more you take, the more little nails you put right in that coffin for that liver. And alcohol, oh God. I don't even want to get started about that. That's probably the worst thing they ever did. They should have made alcohol a Schedule 1 drug, not marijuana. I mean, most people, they smoke a joint or a blunt or pipe or whatever, and they want to relax and watch TV and eat a sandwich or something. You go you go to alcoholism, and well, now you get drunk, you want to drive home, you might kill somebody or yourself or both people, get in fights, just be belligerent. I don't know potheads to get belligerent like that. Alcoholics do all the time. It's a very bad disease, that alcoholism. You could probably cut a third of that out if you could get some of these guys to switch over to marijuana. They find out that they don't get hung over. It doesn't cost them as much money. You don't risk DUI or going to jail or just being a belligerent idiot. Basically, that's what an alcoholic is. They drink, they get belligerent, and then they become the idiot. Potheads, on the other hand, they just smoke their pot, hang out, relax. It doesn't make you want to go rob somebody or anything like opioids or crack or any of that stupid shit. Anyway, pretty much that's how you get your PPL card and your medical marijuana card. You just fill out your paperwork, get your doctor, and send it in. Takes about 2 to 4 weeks or so to get your card back, originally. Sometimes a little longer. I don't know about the pandemic, but my wife just did hers and got it back in like 2.5 weeks or something. Her card was all good and valid, still yet, So, with that being said, smoke pot legally. Go get your card, go to dispensaries, give back to the marijuana community a little bit. They're trying to get everything legal so people don't go to jail for a fucking joint. That's about the stupidest thing I ever heard of. I know I went to jail for a quarter pound about 21 years ago, and you would have thought that I was a serial killer or something. Fucked around with the court system for 2 goddamn years, and come to find out, they kept me in jail about 4.5 months before I really got, anything settled away. They talked me into the drug court thing, being a veteran. People, drug court is a waste of fucking time and money. It's stupid. And it doesn't take it off your record. It doesn't. You still have to get it expunged. So, I learned that had I spent another 4 or 5 weeks in jail, that they would have just kicked me on out of there. Anyway, that's my story for today. That will do it for today's episode. Until next time, stay safe. Don't trust the government. Smoke weed for your health. Remember, subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Nothing to download. The subscription is free. And it is Howdy Doobie time. So let's take a big old hit of this. Okay, my people, it is Howdy Doobie time. So, till next time, it's Big Rooster, and I'm the fuck out of here.